Some 15,000 service members are still in the region. What their role will be now depends on how the Venezuelan government works with the Trump administration. Let's bring in NewsNation senior national security contributor, retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton. Always good to see you, sir. Happy New Year. Good morning.
Good morning, Hannah. Happy New Year.
You heard the president. He is not afraid of boots on the ground. Now, after U.S. involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan, given your expertise, what could our military involvement look like in Venezuela?
Well, first off, stunning success yesterday from a tactical standpoint with regard to not only our U.S. military, but our U.S. intelligence community as well. And so with regard to boots on the ground, you mentioned there's 15,000 sailors and Marines and some special operations forces there. And of course, there's Air Force around the area as well. I would anticipate that we would indeed put in U.S. military forces on the ground there. I would also underscore the importance of our U.S. intelligence community as well. So it'll be much like we saw yesterday, an exquisite joint operation between the military and our intelligence capabilities. Moving forward, I would anticipate that because you've got three areas now. After such a high-end tactical success, you've got to make sure that governance is restored. You have to make sure that you create conditions, and this I'm broadly speaking here, but for our free market economy in Venezuela. And then President Trump really underscored the importance of reinvigorating and retooling the oil industry as a benefit not only to the Venezuelan people, but also to U.S. businesses there as well. So that's a lot to take on. We're not talking weeks or months. I think we're talking at least a year, Hannah, moving forward in Venezuela.
Well, the administration certainly seems to agree with you because the timetable for the U.S. to run Venezuela, quote, indefinitely. What does that mean to you, sir? Do you see U.S. troops policing the country for quite some time to come, a year?
Potentially. And if that's what is, and by the way, this is going to depend on the reaction of Maduro's, he now has remnants or significant remnants of those who supported him. There are 28 million people in Venezuela. Then, of course, it's also what is going to be the capabilities and how fast moving forward can the opposition forces to Maduro be established. And that's what the United States is going to be, keying on. That will take military forces, I think, to bring in the opposition forces and put them into a position where you can have democratic-led elections and so forth. But to start off with, I would anticipate a couple thousand, at least, U.S. military forces, if anything, to have a significant show of force there amongst, because there will be remnants of Maduro's supporters. By the way, they are more armed than the opposition forces as well. So we're a lot of unknowns here moving forward.
Yeah, here's a clip from the president on Saturday warning opposition groups and Maduro supporters inside Venezuela.
All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them if they aren't just, fair, even to their people.
What are your thoughts on his warning and whether that could involve, again, boots on the ground, U.S. troops?
I think it could involve boots on the ground. I think the president didn't rule that out. Now, let's put another perspective here, though. We've gone in previous engagements where the United States have gone in and thought that we would perhaps just leave and go off and do, other operations and so forth. What the president and the administration has made very clear, we're not going to leave Venezuela at this point. We're not going to leave Venezuela hanging, especially with regard to the years of tyranny that Maduro and before him, other dictators have really set aside and been very hand-fisted with the Venezuelan people. I believe what the president's trying to do here in the administration, and we got to give him credit at this point, is to establish the conditions for the Venezuelan people to now live under a democratic type of leadership and a governments and so forth. The other aspect of this, which is just as key, is the economical aspect and bring their economy back. And so but again, I want to underscore this. This is new territory for the United States. This is not something that's going to take months. This is going to take a long time and a lot of effort. The benefit, however, to this, Hannah, is if this can be successful, it will really, I think, underscore U.S. national security interests, not only in Latin America, but also to the rest of the world. It's messaging to China, Russia, Iran, those who think that they can come into our backyard, such as in Latin America, where this is a new 21st century Monroe Doctrine. So it's not just the military aspect of this. We have to look at the broader piece of this.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.